So, hello everyone, welcome to Economics by Saiken. Today we are going to discuss another important topic for intermediate board examination, that is explain the functions of commercial banks. So, let's see first what is commercial banks. So, commercial banks are the financial institutions which accept the deposit from the public and lends loan to the public, through that which they can make profits. The type of such institutions are called as commercial banks, which can they provide the interest on deposits. The interest on deposits will be lesser than the interest on lended loans. You can clearly observe that the deposit from the public, the commercial bank received the deposits, the interest on these deposits will be very lesser as compared to the loans which the commercial banks is given to the public will be higher. Once again, I will clearly explain that. The deposit, the income which is received by the commercial banks in the form of deposits, on the deposits, the interest will be lesser when as compared to when the commercial banks is going to send that money can be sending to the loan as a loan to the public, then the interest on such loans will be higher than the deposits. In this case, the commercial banks makes profits. This is the beneficiary for the commercial banks. You can see SBI, HDFC, Canara. These are all the commercial banks which can play a vital role in Indian financial system, such as accept the deposits and lend the loans to the public. Through such activities that they can make profits. Now let's see. I can write a definition. You can, or introduction part, you can copy it from here. Commercial banks plays a vital role in Indian financial system, which they can accept. You can write like this also. The main functions of commercial banks are accepting the deposits and lending loans to the public with a low rate of interest. This is called commercial banks. I can write here examples. SBI, State Bank of India, HDFC, and Canara Bank. There are many more commercial banks, but these are enough. You can write it from here. Now let's see what are the functions of commercial banks. In functions, you can here take from here accepting the deposits, lending, loans. This is one. This is another session. Take a screenshot or pause the video and write it down. Okay, let's see the functions. Functions of commercial banks. In this first one, accepting deposits, accepting deposit. Under this, I can write the first one through savings account. Through savings account. Through savings account, you can write savings deposit. Saving deposit. Saving deposits are made from the, I can teach first. Saving deposit are made from the savings account. These savings account was generally maintained by low income people, or you can call it as middle income people. They can maintain this savings account for their convenience. Here, saving deposits are made in the savings account of a bank by the people who are having a limited income. A limited income, as for their convenience, they can maintain this account, where there will be interest will be less of 4%, which can be paid by the commercial banks on these deposits every year. These deposits, these savings deposit can be, the deposit can be maintained and withdrawal can be done whenever as the account holder is required. The deposit and withdrawal in this account will be easier as compared to the current account. Next, see the second one. Current deposit. These deposits, current deposits, are generally maintained by businessmen. These current deposits are generally maintained by businessmen for their financial transactions. For their financial transactions of day-to-day business. Here, in these deposits, the businessman can deposit a huge amount, and he can withdraw the huge amount whenever he required. In this account, the interest of these account are generally quite higher then the savings account. Here businessman can deal his financial transaction. He can send, transfer or receive the huge amount through this account. Here the interest will be as compared to savings account. There will be a quite different, quite highest amount as will be having the current deposits. Here this is one of the advantage, we can call it as an advantage to the current account holder, where he no need to carry the huge amount. He no need to carry the huge amount. He can easily deposit and withdraw through current account. Next, see the third one. I can rub it. Term deposit. Term deposits are nothing like fixed deposit. I think you will very well know about that fixed deposit, or you can call it as term deposit or fixed deposit. Both can be correct. Here, fixed deposit. In this deposit, the account holder can be deposited a fixed amount. A certain amount, for example, you can take 30,000. He can deposit 30,000 for 3 years. They had some their banking procedures. According to that procedure, the bank account holder deposited 30,000 for 3 years. In these 3 years, he is having any emergency. At that time, he cannot. Here the maturity period is 3 years, right? Here the maturity period is 3 years. Before the 3 years, within the 3 years, if he having an emergency of money, he cannot withdraw, because he had an agreement or maturity period of 3 years. After the completion of 3 years only, he can receive the money along with the interest. The interest on these deposits will be very higher as compared to both the savings and current. The term deposits having higher interest, where the amount can be fixedly deposited for a certain period of time. The account holder can be withdraw the amount after the maturity period. He cannot withdraw the amount before the maturity period, and interest on these deposits will be very higher. Now let's see payment and advances or loans, you can call it as. Payment of payment of loans and advances. Payment of loans and under that first one, short term loans. Short term loans. These short term loans are given for short period of time. Short period of time against the securities. against the securities. Means without any proof, without any document, these short-term loans are provided for a short period of time against the securities. Basically, it is within the 1 year. Within the 1 year. The interest on such loans are tend to be lesser. These short-term loans are sanctioned to the farmers and businessmen for their short-term requirement. Basically, it is the working capital requirement. You can call it as short-term finance, or you can call it as working capital requirement. Working capital requirement. Now let's see in detail. The short-term loans are given for short period of time against the security. These loans are basically within the 1 year, not more than 1 year, 1 year or within the 1 year. These loans are sanctioned to the businessmen and farmers for their short-term finance requirement or short-term working capital requirement. This is short-term loans. Let's see the second one, cash credit. Cash credit is a facility provided by the bank to the borrower to withdraw an amount up to a particular limit. Known as short cash credit. Cash credit is a facility provided by the bank to their customers, to withdraw a amount up to a particular limit is known as cash credit. You can very well know about cash credit. Now let's see the third one. I can rub this. Third one, overdraft. It is a facility provided by the bank to the current account holders to withdraw an amount. You can write it as to withdraw an excess amount. From his or her bank. Overdraft. It is the facility provided by the bank to the current account holders to withdraw an excess amount from his or her bank. It's known as overdraft. This is mainly took by businessmen to maintain their daily financial transactions and running the business. Running the business. It is a overdraft facility. It is a overdraft facility provided by the bank to the current account holders. Basically, they are businessmen to withdraw an excess amount from his or her bank is known as overdraft facility. I can let me explain with an example. You can clearly understand. If a customer having 20,000 in his current account, actually he want 25,000 for their capital requirement, but actually in his account only 20,000 is available, but he required 25,000. The more 5,000 he required. In this situation, if he having only 20,000 in his bank account, he can have an opportunity to withdraw another 5,000 from his bank. That is known as overdraft facility. Overdraft facility, which is provided as bank to the current account holders. The interest on such loans, such overdraft facilities, according to the withdrawn amount, the interest will be charged according to the how much extent of the amount is withdrawn by the customer. According to that, interest can be charged. So these are the payment of loans and advances, which is the functions of commercial banks. Pause the video or take a screenshot. Thank you. That's all for the day. Before leaving the channel, please do watch, share and subscribe my YouTube channel, where I can provide all the important questions. I can teach only the important topics, which I am going to share you notes. If you want required notes for all the classes which I told, which are topics I have explained in my channel, if you want the complete notes for the question, please DM me on Instagram. I will provide my link in the description box. Thank you.